Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors. But first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade have done the unthinkable. Steve Kerr has been fired as head coach. The architect behind 4 NBA championships, the man who helped build one of the greatest dynasties in basketball history, is suddenly out. And nobody, absolutely nobody saw it coming. Fans are confused, analysts are stunned, and even players around the league are reacting with disbelief. This isn't just another coaching change. This feels like the end of an era, the kind of moment that rewrites a franchise's future in real time. And the way it all unfolded makes it even more dramatic. It started with a quiet rumor earlier in the day when a few insiders hinted that the Warriors were considering a major organizational shift. At first, nobody took it seriously. After all, why would the Warriors fire Steve Kerr? Despite recent struggles and the team looking less like the unstoppable force of years past, Kerr remained deeply respected. He was known for his leadership, his calm presence, and his ability to bring the best out of his players. But a few hours later, everything exploded. The Warriors released an unexpectedly brief statement confirming that Steve Kerr had been relieved of his duties effective immediately. No long explanation, no press conference, no final interview, just a shockingly short announcement that left the entire basketball world gasping for answers. Almost instantly, social media turned into absolute chaos. Fans who grew up watching the Warriors dominate under Kerr's leadership were heartbroken. Some felt betrayed, others felt confused, and a few even expressed anger toward the front office. Clips of Kerr celebrating championships with Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green resurfaced everywhere, creating a wave of nostalgia mixed with disbelief. It was surreal to see a coach who defined a generation of Warriors basketball suddenly being removed like a piece of history rewritten. But the biggest question everyone had was simple. Why now? Why would the Warriors make such a drastic decision heading into a crucial point in their franchise timeline? Sources close to the organization suggest that tension had been building behind the scenes for months. The Warriors front office was said to be frustrated with the team's inconsistency, especially after multiple seasons of missing expectations. The rise of younger, hungrier teams like Oklahoma City, Minnesota, and even Sacramento had put pressure on Golden State to evolve. And internally, some believe Kerr's system, the beautiful ball-moving, motion offense that once revolutionized basketball, had begun to lose its effectiveness in an environment now dominated by physicality, speed, and isolation play. Still, firing Kerr felt like a nuclear option, a decision that would shake the franchise from top to bottom. Players around the league reacted within moments of the news breaking. Stephen Curry, the face of the Warriors franchise and the superstar closest to Kerr, reportedly found out just minutes before the announcement went public. While he hasn't spoken directly yet, insiders say he was caught completely off guard by the decision. Draymond Green, always vocal, posted a cryptic message online that simply read, "Wow," a sign that even he was stunned. Other NBA stars chimed in with several expressing disbelief that a coach with some could be fired so abruptly. To them, this was more than just a coaching change. It was the end of one of the most iconic partnerships in modern basketball. And then came the rumors about what might have pushed the Warriors over the edge. Some insiders believe the front office was determined to reinvent the franchise around younger players like Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, and Trayce Jackson-Davis. Kerr, however, still leaned heavily on veterans and struggled to integrate the new generation into major roles. There were also whispers that ownership wanted a more aggressive approach toward building the future, potentially even shifting the style of play. Others suggested that behind-the-scenes disagreements over rotations, minutes, and player development had reached a breaking point. Whether any of these claims are fully true or just speculation remains unclear, but what is certain is that tension had been brewing and tonight it erupted. Fans outside Chase Center gathered in disbelief as the news spread. Some held signs thanking Kerr for his service while others demanded answers from ownership. The atmosphere was emotional. For many fans, Steve Kerr wasn't just a coach. He was a symbol of their team's greatest glory. He turned a good team into a dynasty. He helped Stephen Curry reach legendary status. It guided the Warriors to heights that once felt impossible. 73 wins, 5 straight finals appearances, and unforgettable playoff moments that defined an entire generation of basketball. Losing him feels to many like losing a piece of the franchise's soul. Now, the biggest question becomes, what happens next? Their Warriors are expected to announce an interim coach soon, and early reports say the front office is already compiling a list of potential replacements. Some names being floated include Mike Budenholzer, Kenny Atkinson, Sam Castle, and even former Warriors assistant Jordi Fernandez. There's also speculation that Golden State may pursue a bold hire, someone with fresh ideas to reshape the team around a mix of Curry's remaining prime years and their young rising talents. But no matter who takes the job, one thing is clear. This will be a monumental challenge. Replacing Steve Kerr isn't just about X's and O's. It's about stepping into the shoes of a legend who built a dynasty. Meanwhile, analysts are already debating what this means for Stephen Curry's future. The superstar has always been loyal to the franchise, but this decision shakes the foundation of everything he's been part of for over a decade. Will he embrace the new direction? Or will he begin to question whether his final championship window is slipping away? Their Warriors cannot afford to lose Curry's trust. And yet firing Kerr may have put them in a complicated position. As the night goes on, tributes to Steve Kerr continue pouring in. Former players he coached with Team USA, retired Warriors legends, broadcasters, and even rival coaches have all expressed admiration for the work he has done. They know what he accomplished. Not just the championships, but the culture he built, the style he introduced, and the impact he had on modern basketball. Steve Kerr didn't just win games, he changed the game, and that legacy will always remain, no matter what the Warriors look like moving forward. But despite the emotions, one truth remains. The Steve Kerr era in Golden State is officially over. A chapter that transformed basketball, defined a dynasty, and brought joy to millions has come to a sudden and shocking close. Their Warriors must now step into the unknown, guided by uncertainty, pressure, and the weight of expectations. This is more than a coaching change. It's a turning point, a moment that will be remembered for decades. The future of the franchise hangs in the balance, and the decisions made in the coming days will determine whether Golden State rises again or fades into the past. For now, the NBA world remains in disbelief. Steve Kerr has been fired and nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be the same for the Golden State Warriors again.